is recording for Marketo Demo. We have created 3 sample test cases. One test case is very straightforward. It creates a sample email with a blank as a blank template. We're just verifying that we can actually approve it. The email will have the subject. We have another email that is not going to have a subject, and we're going to verify. We're going to verify a message here that the validation has failed. Okay, even though this is a negative test case, we expect it to pass. And we created another one. What it does, it creates an email, approves it, and tries to edit, continue to edit the email after it's been approved. And we verify if we can change the subject to a new one, and we'll see what happens. So we can run these test cases in parallel. We can run them in one after another. Let's try to just go through a very simple one. We can use Firefox, and basically we will not close the browser after it's done, so we can see what actually happened. Here we're deleting a previous email that we have created. Here we are inserting a token and adding a subject. Now we're trying to approve it, and we're verifying if the status is approved or not. So this test case has finished and it has passed. You can see the results here. We have a very high view level of the test case here. So we have email base state. What it does, it basically opens up a browser, logs you in, navigates to Design Studio area, and deletes a previously created email, so that we can run this test case over and over again if we need to. Now we're creating a new item, which is an email. Here are all the properties of the email. We switch to the browser, new browser that's expected to be open. We edit our section 1, we insert our token, we save it, we edit a subject, we're switching back to the default message, we approve, and we actually verify if the email was approved. Now, each of these actions you can expand, and you can see in more detail what happened, like you can see clicks and waits, and so on and so forth. So it's very detailed view of what actually happened. So for example, you can see the way we verify the email. So we're verifying that we have a text approved on this UI object. Okay. Now we can run a second test case that will create. I'll close this manually for now. That will create an email without a subject. and we're trying to approve it. Here we got an error message, and the test case is supposed to verify the text of this error message. So it did, and it passed. So here's the message we are verifying, that the title is not allowed, and we got our validation error here. Let's run a third one. Basically it's very similar, but at the end, after the email is approved, it will try to continue and edit the subject of the email. Now we approve it. And we're trying to edit the message. And we got a system error here. So test case expects that we can continue and edit the subject. So it wants it expects a new subject to appear. So it's supposed to fail. We're supposed to get an error message, and we got one. That our expected result, which is a new subject, does not match what we actually got on the UI, which is a test demo, which is our old subject that we entered before. You can see it right here. So here you can we provide you with a lot of info, exactly which object we're trying to look up, how, what the error message is. You can see the screenshot, the error. You can see the line number of the script that failed, the assert. So anything you like is basically provided for you. And again, it's the same test case. You can see all the details that you want. So it's a very detailed result. Now let's say you want to create a brand new test case based on old one. Let's say we want to do a valid test case that tests other templates that we have. So let's pick blank dynamic content template as an example. So we can easily clone this existing test case. And all we need to do is just change a few parameters. So one of the parameters is obviously the template name. The other one is the section. So the sections are different. Here we have editable area 1. And that's it. We can leave the rest pretty much the same. So it's going to be exact same test case, only with a different template. We save it. Let's add it to our execution. Go back to our execution. We find it here. Let's run it. So it didn't find the old email, previous one. That's okay because we didn't create it yet. Let's insert the same token and add a subject, and let's approve it. And now it's approved, and that's it. This is our new test case, brand new one. We just created in a few seconds, and it's passed. So another thing we can show is we can run Chrome and Firefox in parallel, so we can get all these results much faster. So it took about 1 minute per test case. So if you run it one by one, it will take about 4.5 minutes. We can try and run them all in parallel, and this guy basically we're gonna run an after state which will close all the browsers after they're done. So we should end up with a nice clean desktop after all the test cases are done executing. So now it spawns browsers as fast as it can. So it's a little bit hard to follow because all the test cases are trying to do stuff at the same time. And we're done. So it just took 1 minute to execute, and we got exact same results as before. We do expect one test case to fail and other 3 to pass. That's about it. If you have any questions, please give us a call or email us.